draped in a red sari. Perfect, any man will trade him for her. She was appealing to the eyes, but to Aaron, she was always the calculating woman. Her every move was to achieve something always sharp and cunning. Right now, her presence is as sharp as ever. She looked Aaron up and down before asking smoothly, "Is Ariv inside?" Aaron straightened instinctively, adjusting his collar. "Yes, Miss Thacker. But you'll have to wait, he's getting ready." Niharika smirked, moving close to Aaron, leaning slightly closer, her voice dropping into something laced with familiarity. "Nothing I haven't seen before," she murmured. Who knows that better than you, Aaron? What history your boss and I share." Her smirking face and proud voice gave nothing away. She didn't wait for a response, just walked past him. Confident. Unstoppable. Aaron watched her walk away. If only his boss put this woman in her place. But this two-faced woman always plays the innocent and professional card in front of his boss. Just before opening the cabin door, she paused and glanced back. "Oh, and I've already asked Tina to bring Ariv's bride from the hotel directly to the banquet. No need to thank me." Her smile lingered. Too perfect. Too knowing. Something about it felt off. Aaron hesitated for a second, then nodded. "All right, Miss Thacker," but mentally, he made a note. To call Tina and confirm. Otherwise, his boss will have his head after the party. Just as he reached for his phone, "Aaron!" one of the finance team members called urgently. He turned. "Sir needs these files immediately." Aaron exhaled quietly. "Duty first." He nodded and moved toward them, pushing the thought aside for later. But a small delay and a missed judgment, a moment overlooked. The air inside the cabin was still heavy with numbers, accusations, and control. But the moment the door opened, it shifted. Niharika didn't just walk in. She entered, like she belonged, like she always had. Her red sari clung to her frame perfectly, every fold deliberate, every movement calculated. The soft rustle of fabric against the silence felt louder than it should have. Her heels clicked against the marble, slow, unhurried, each step echoing with confidence that bordered on arrogance. Her eyes landed on him. And stilled. For a second too long. A faint smirk tugged at her lips, small, knowing, almost admiring. Her gaze moved over him, not shy, not hesitant, claiming. He belongs to her. Taking in the way his sleeves were rolled, the undone buttons at his collar, the tension still sitting in his shoulders. There was something almost satisfied in her expression. As if this version of him, unpolished, controlled chaos, power without performance, was the one she preferred. "Busy day," she said casually, her tone light, but her eyes said otherwise. They always did. Ariv didn't answer. He just looked at her once. Brief. Studying her. Then a smirk formed on his own face, then turned away, adjusting his watch as if her presence didn't shift the room. But Niharika noticed everything. She always did. Her eyes rolled ever so slightly, the smirk deepening, amused, unimpressed, used to this. "Still the same. I know today is so hectic," she murmured under her breath, almost to herself. But there was no hurt in it. Only familiarity. Possession, in its own twisted form. She moved closer, her fingers trailing lightly over the back of a chair, not needing to touch him to make her presence felt. "You really should learn to relax once in a while," she added, tilting her head slightly, watching him like he was something she had studied for years. Because she knew him. Or at least, she believed she did. Her eyes darkened just a fraction. Not soft. Not loving. Something sharper, something edged with obsession. Not the kind that begs. The kind that waits. Stays. No matter what stands in its way. "I handled your little situation," she continued, her voice smooth, almost proud now. "Tina, gone to get your little bride. She'll be at the banquet on time. I know you, Ariv. I know how this marriage is putting pressure on you. You are not someone to give attention to a woman, and especially to the woman who puts demands through tantrums. That word, bride, rolled off her tongue like something she didn't quite believe in. Or respect. Her lips curved again. Polite, but hollow. Because in her eyes, that place beside him, it was never truly vacant, and certainly not replaceable. She stepped closer now, just enough for her presence to press into his space, not touching, but there. Intentional. Unapologetic. Her voice dropped slightly. You're welcome. I love helping you lessen your burdens. Not sweet. Not kind. But layered. Heavy with something unspoken. Something that lingered between them. Past. Access. A familiarity that crossed lines long ago. And in her eyes, a quiet, dangerous certainty. She hadn't lost her place. Not yet. She looked at the watch on her wrist and said, "Let's go." Ariv raised his one brow. His face was blank. Niharika understood and whispered softly, sensually, "Oh, I am also invited. And since our chief minister is going and his PR head, it's my job to accompany him to functions and gatherings to make sure everything goes well." Ariv finally stood, adjusting his sleeves properly. He put his phone in his pocket, then gave Niharika a look. He moved close to her. Niharika held her breath with anticipation, her heart beating fast. He moved closer to her face, and she closed her eyes. God, she loves him. He then slowly, almost painfully, moved toward her ear. "Make sure my little bride is escorted to the banquet safely and comfortably, or else you have to look for a new assistant." He then took a step back and walked out of his cabin, leaving a fuming and embraced Niharika behind. Her fist clenched, jaw tight. Jealousy is something Niharika is not good at controlling. And when it comes to Ariv, she becomes someone else. Ariv's second assistant, Rommel, has accompanied him today with Niharika and his personal bodyguard. He came again with his phone attached to his ear. Sir Aaron, sir, is not picking up, and with ma'am, there is a situation. Ariv, who was looking at his iPad, turned to Rommel and asked, without beating around the bush, "Where is Ira, Rommel?" His voice hard. Rommel wiped his forehead with his handkerchief, sweating bullets, and stammered, "Sir, actually, ma'am," but before he could complete his sentence, Niharika cut him off, who was sitting beside Ariv in his car. "She is not coming." Her voice was sharp. Precise. Almost too precise. Like every word had been chosen before it left her lips. The air inside the car shifted instantly. Ariv turned to her. Slowly. His eyes darkened, something dangerous flickering beneath the surface. His fist clenched beside him, knuckles tightening, the veins on his hand visible now. His entire demeanor changed. Not loud. Not explosive. But deadly quiet. "Niharika," his voice dropped, low and controlled, "if this is some little game you are playing." "I am not playing anything," she cut him off. Again. Without hesitation. Her chin lifted slightly, her expression calm, but there was something underneath, something smug. Something that almost enjoyed this. "And why would I?" she continued, her tone measured, deliberate. "She told Tina that if you did not come, she would not go anywhere." A pause. Her lips curved just faintly, studying the way Ariv's entire demeanor changed while listening to this. Barely noticeable, but maybe she just wanted your attention, her eyes locked with his. Unblinking. Unapologetic. Challenging. For a second, the car felt too small for the tension it held. Ariv's jaw clenched. Hard. His gaze shifted from her to Rommel. One look. Enough. Rommel nodded immediately, almost too quickly. "Yes, sir, Tina said the same thing," he confirmed, his voice careful, afraid to add anything more. Silence. Heavy. Pressing. Ariv leaned back slightly, his gaze moving away, toward the window beside him. Outside, flashes of cameras. Media vans. People gathering. waiting, watching. The world is ready to witness him. And inside, something else was building. Cold, sharp, unforgiving. So this is the real Ira. The thought came quietly, but it cut deep. Childish, cunning. Just to get his attention, she chose this moment, this situation, to make a point, to humiliate him. His fingers curled tighter into his palm. A bitter smirk almost touched his lips, but never fully formed. Fucking never trust an innocent, beautiful face. His eyes darkened further as he stared out at the chaos outside. With bewitching eyes. And just like that, something inside him shifted. Not softer, not understanding, but harder, colder, more dangerous than before. Ariv's gaze remained on the closed door for a long moment, but now the pieces had started to fall into place. Too many gaps, too many convenient misunderstandings, too many perfectly timed silences. His jaw tightened slightly, not in anger this time, but in realization. He knew what game had been played and who had played it. Slowly, he shifted his gaze to his mother. Meera was already looking at him, not questioning loudly, but Mother knows too well. She was not accusing him, but waiting. For truth. For an answer only her son could give. For a moment, neither of them spoke. She was observing him. Then, Ariv stood and walked toward her. And instead of taking the seat across, he lowered himself in front of her, on his knees. The movement was unexpected, uncharacteristic, but deliberate. He reached for her hand. She melted. After all, she is a mother. He held her palm firmly. His touch wasn't fragile. It was grounding, assuring. His voice, when he spoke, was soft, but there was still that cold edge beneath it. I will take care of everything. A pause. His eyes met hers, steady, certain and promising. Trust me, Mother. He lifted her hand and pressed a kiss to her palm. Respect. Promise. Control. Meera's eyes softened instantly, her fingers moving to his face, gently cupping his cheek, as she used to when he was younger. Like he was still hers before the world claimed him. I don't want you to lose her, she said quietly. Her voice carried something deeper now. Not authority. Not control. Just truth. She is everything you need in your life, my child. Her thumb brushed lightly against his cheek, almost lovingly. She is the calm to your chaos. For a second, just a second, something flickered in Ariv's eyes. Not weakness. Not softness. But something unsettled. Because chaos he understood. He controlled. But calm. That was something he had never known how to hold. And maybe that was exactly why she mattered.